Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is an introduction class of unit number 10, Pythagoras Theorem. In this lesson, we will cover definition, formula, example, and some real-life applications of Pythagoras Theorem. Let's start with a story. You are locked out of your house and the only open window is on the second floor, 25 feet above the ground. You need to borrow a ladder from one of your neighbors. And there is a bush along the edge of the house. So you will have to place the ladder 10 feet from the house. Now there is a question. What length of ladder do you need to reach the window? Do you know? Yes, Pythagoras theorem will help us to find the length of ladder. Now let's move to learn Pythagoras theorem and see how it will help us. To understand the concept of Pythagoras theorem, we require a bit of knowledge about a right angle triangle. Consider a right angle triangle ABC with angle C equals to 90 degree. In all the triangles, the largest angle is opposite to the longest side. Or in other words, we can also say that the longest side of a triangle is always opposite to the largest angle. Here we are discussing a right angle triangle and the largest angle is right angle triangle. The opposite side to the right angle in a right angle triangle is known as hypotenuse. In all the right angle triangles, there is a relationship between three sides of a right angle triangle. The Pythagoras theorem represents this relationship. So what is a Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem simply tells us that the square of a hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. The formula for Pythagoras theorem statement is c square is equals to a square plus b square. Now have a look on an example where we have given two sides 6 centimeter and 8 centimeter, while the third side is unknown, which is our hypotenuse. By applying Pythagoras theorem, it is calculated that x is equals to 10 centimeter, while on the figure, ruler is showing x equals to 10 centimeter. Pythagoras theorem is often used in real life situations like to paint a wall. Painters use ladders to paint on high buildings and often use the help of Pythagoras theorem to complete their work. The painter needs to determine how tall a ladder needs to be in order to safely place the base away from the wall so it will not tip over. In this case, the ladder itself will be the hypotenuse. This theorem is also used in architecture and construction. Given two straight lines, the Pythagoras theorem allows you to calculate the length of the diagonal connecting them. This application is frequently used in architecture, woodworking, or other physical construction projects. For instance, say you are building a sloped roof, if you know the height of the roof and the length of for it to cover, you can use the Pythagoras theorem to find the diagonal length of the roof's slope. Pythagoras theorem is also used for navigation. The Pythagoras theorem is useful for two-dimensional navigation. You can use it and two lengths to find the shortest distance. For instance, if you are at sea and navigating to a point that is 300 miles north and 400 miles west, you can use the theorem to find the distance from your ship to that point. At the end, it is concluded that Pythagoras theorem only deals with right-angled triangles. Pythagoras theorem can determine the unknown side of a right-angled triangle while the other two sides are known. The statement of Pythagoras theorem is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Pythagoras theorem is used in painting, a wall, construction and architecture and navigation. In the next lesson, inshallah, we will start our exercise number 10a.